Hello, I'm Tom, and in this video I will solve the yellow puzzles of the RYB game. Let's jump right into it. We have 5 puzzles or 5 puzzle sections. Here we have a new color. We have blue, so let's select this color already. And we need 3 blue neighbors to this piece here. And we have 1, 2, 3 neighbors, so all of them have to be red. Now we get a new clue. We need 2 red neighboring pieces to this frame piece, so they can only be here and here, right? Okay. Here we can start with this clue, right? We need a red neighbor and a yellow neighbor. We already have a yellow neighbor here, so the red neighbor has to be here. And up here, we already have 1 red neighbor to this piece, so we need another yellow neighbor according to the clue, which has to be here. Now for the blue tile, we can deduce it has to be here because it cannot be here or here. If we would put the blue tile here, according to this clue, this piece would have to be yellow, and according to this clue, this piece would have to be red. Okay, but this doesn't comply with this clue because we need a blue tile either here or here, right? So the blue tile cannot be up here, and for the same reason it cannot be down there, because according to this clue, this tile would have to be red, and according to this clue, this tile would have to be yellow. So yellow and red not complying with the blue clue in this tile. So the blue tile has to be in the center part here, which means we need a yellow tile up here according to this clue, and a red tile down here according to this clue. Because we have a blue one there already, right? So that finishes this puzzle. Here in this puzzle, we can start with the centerpiece. Or now, actually, let's start with the clues. We have here in this piece 2 clues and 2 neighbors. 1 neighbor here and 1 neighbor here. So those 2 tiles have to be yellow and blue. Now, if you look at this clue, again, we have 2 colors as clues and 2 neighboring pieces. So each of these 2 pieces has to be either yellow and red, or red, yellow or red, somehow. Yellow and red in those 2 pieces. So if we combine this, what we just found in the centerpiece here, according to this clue up here, the centerpiece has to be yellow or blue, and according to the clue in this piece here, the centerpiece has to be yellow or red. So the only matching color can be yellow here. So let's mark this as yellow. And we also know that this neighboring piece has to be red according to this clue, and we already know that there is a red neighbor to this one, can only be this triangle piece here, and up here this centerpiece has to be blue according to this clue, so let's mark this blue, and we need another yellow piece which has to be this triangle piece, like this. Here we again have to combine clues. I start with the centerpiece actually. The centerpiece, let's start with this clue. We have 3 neighboring pieces to this tile. 1, 2, 3. So each of these 3 pieces have 2 red colors and 1 blue color. And if we look at this clue, we have 1, 2, 3 pieces here, and 3 color clues. So these 3 pieces have to contain the 2 red colors and 1 yellow color. Now if we look at the centerpiece, this is touched by both of these clue tiles here. So according to this clue, this piece has to be red and blue, red or blue, and according to this clue, this tile has to be red or yellow, so it can only be red. Now we can play the same game sort of for this tile here. We have like this, according to this clue, this tile has to be red or blue. We have 1 red and 1 blue left. According to this clue, red or blue. But according to this clue, with 2 color clues and 2 neighboring pieces, this tile has to be yellow or red. So yellow or red and yellow or blue makes yellow. Red, sorry. And the same is true for this piece here. We have either red or yellow according to this clue. And according to this clue, with 2 neighbors, this piece has to be either red or blue, so it can only be red. Now we know that the remaining neighboring piece for this clue has to be yellow, because we already have 2 red tiles here. Because we have 2 red tiles here, the remaining piece here of this clue has to be blue. So let's this one has to be blue. Sorry, I clicked the wrong one. And here we need another blue tile. That can only be this part. And then we need another yellow tile according to this clue. So this one is yellow. Next puzzle. Yeah, there is a single puzzle here. This puzzle we can solve by looking first at these 2 clues here, which tell us that this piece and this piece are red and yellow, and this piece and this piece are red and yellow according to this clue. So these 4 frame parts are red and yellow, right? According to these 2 clues. Now if we look at these 2 clues here, we need 2 blue tiles, 2 blue neighbors to this one. As we already know, this one is either red or yellow according to this clue, so the blue neighbors can only be here and here. So let's mark them. Which gives us extra clues. A yellow piece has to be down here, because the remaining 2 neighbors are blue already. So let's mark this as yellow. And let's color this top part here red according to this clue. The remaining 2 neighbors are blue already, so the red one has to be here. Now, from this clue, we know we have 1 yellow neighbor already here, and the red neighbor has to be here. And from this clue, we know that the yellow neighbor has to be here because the red neighbor is already there. So that's that. And now we can look at this clue here again. We have a red neighbor here, a blue neighbor here, and we need a yellow neighbor, which is this one, which means up here. Again, we have a yellow neighbor down here already, a blue neighbor here, and the red neighbor has to be up there. And that finishes this puzzle. On to the next puzzle. This one is actually not so difficult, but it might be difficult to find the entrance to the puzzle, and that's due to you need to combine 2 clues that are spread apart actually. You have to look at this clue and this clue. Let's start with this one here. We have 3 neighboring pieces, 1, 2, 3, yeah, and 3 clues. We need 2 red and 1 blue color. Now if we look at this clue, again we have 3 neighboring pieces, 1, 2, 3, and we need 2 yellow pieces and 1 blue piece as neighbors. Now if we combine this, there is 1 tile that is neighboring both these clue pieces, and it's the frame, right? So the frame is, according to this clue, the frame is either blue or red, and according to this clue, the frame is either blue or yellow, so it can only be blue. Like this. And that makes it pretty simple. We know that these 2 tiles have to be red according to this clue, because blue is already gone here. And these 2 tiles have to be yellow, again because we need 2 neighboring yellow pieces, and the blue piece is already here, this frame part. So these 2 are yellow. Now we can look at the centerpiece, and we have 2 red neighbors here, 2 yellow neighbors here, which means we need 2 blue neighbors here and here. Let's mark them. And now for the centerpiece we have to look at these 2 clues. According, like for this clue we have 3 neighboring pieces, so we can say that the centerpiece has to be either red or yellow. And according to this clue, where we again have 3 neighboring pieces, we know that the centerpiece is either blue or red. So it's either blue or red, or yellow or red, so it has to be red. Centerpiece is a red piece. Now we know from this clue we have 1 red neighboring piece, we need 2 blue neighboring pieces here and here, and we have 2 yellow neighboring pieces here, which leaves us with 2 red pieces according to this clue. As you can see, we already have the 2 blue color neighbors here and here, and the 2 yellow neighbor pieces here and here. So we need 2 red neighbor pieces, which can only be here and here. One step further. This is a nice puzzle. And the way I solve this is by looking at these clues in this, well, rectangular shape here in the center. Let's start by looking at these big frame parts here. Yeah. Let's assume this one was red, right? This would mean that according to this clue, we would have a yellow piece here. According to this clue, this would be a red piece, and according to this clue, this would be a yellow piece. So we have red, red, yellow, yellow, or yellow, yellow, red, red. Okay? So the same is basically true for these corner pieces here. Like we have on the diametrical sides, we have the same colors basically. Yellow, yellow here, and red, red here. Or yellow, yellow here, and red, red there, right? But that means that we always have 2 colors that have the same color. If this is red and yellow, we have either red here in those 2 or red here, meaning that these 2 are red or these 2 are red. And then if these 2 are red, these 2 are yellow, these 2 are red, and these 2 are yellow. It doesn't work any other way. We always have 2 pieces that have the same color neighboring each other. Like 2 times the same color, 2 times the same color, 2 times the same color, 2 times the same color here. Okay? Now if you look at this clue, we know for sure that we need 1 yellow color here and 1 red color here somewhere. Yeah. Now assuming the red color was here, we would need a yellow color here. So this would mean we have red, red here, yellow, yellow here, red, red there, and yellow, yellow here again. But that doesn't work, because if these 2 are red, because this one has to be, like assuming this one is red, this one would have to be yellow according to this clue again. So these 2 are red, and these 2 would have to be yellow, which doesn't fit with this clue. We need at least 1 red piece in here, so it doesn't work. This one cannot be a red piece. This one has to be a yellow piece. And then according to this clue, this one has to be a red piece. Like this. And now we can mark everything all the way through. Like here, according to this clue, this one has to be a yellow piece. This one would have to be a red piece, according to this clue. This one would also have to be red, so these 2 have to be yellow. And the remaining pieces must be red, according to what I said in the beginning. And the final puzzle in the yellow section. That's also a very nice one. I solved this by looking at the frame part. Yeah. The frame part, according to each of these 3 clues, has to be either red or yellow, right? Because each of these 3 clue pieces has 2 neighbors. This one has this neighbor and this neighbor. This one has this neighbor and this neighbor. And this piece here has this neighbor and this neighbor. So we know that this one is either red or yellow. And we furthermore know now that if this one is red, all these 3 pieces in here would have to be yellow, according to these 3 clues. If this was yellow, the frame part, these 3 center pieces here would have to be red. Okay? So these 3 pieces are either red or yellow. And that helps us with this clue. We need 1 blue piece as a neighbor. Cannot be this one. It can't be this one, and it can't be this one, because these 2 pieces are either yellow or red. So the blue piece has to be in the center part here. Let's mark this. And there we get 1 more clue, which is necessary, because as I said before, these 3 pieces, all of them are either yellow or red, and we need at least 1 red piece, so all of these 3 pieces have to be red, right? And that in turn means that according to these 3 clues here, the frame part has to be yellow, like this. Now here we need well, a red neighboring piece, which is here already. We have two pieces left. One is yellow, one is blue. According to this clue, we need a yellow neighbor here. These three neighbors already have a different color, so the yellow piece has to be in here. We can mark this as as yellow, sorry. Which means the blue neighboring piece for this clue can only be here. And that finishes this puzzle. And that also finishes the yellow section of the RYB puzzles. I hope you had fun watching this, and I was able to get my logic across. In my next video I will solve the blue puzzles of the RYB game. I hope to see you then. Until then, bye bye.